My lords, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome back to Transport Fever 2 on the Deluxe DLC series. So we're picking up right where recording left off last time out, and there's the train that we took a ride on over to West Jordan. It's just departed, so there's been literal seconds between me freezing or ending one recording session and kicking off another. Which does mean, of course, any comments and the likes made on the previous episode, I won't have seen them yet because I haven't had time to process and upload and the likes since, we're doing a back-to-back episode here, so to speak. So obviously, we've just finished off setting up the passenger station in West Jordan, and we're now linked into Carrollton. We have our first service running between those two cities. And as we said at the end of the episode, we are going to look to connect to the other cities nearby. They would be Athens, Peoria and Murrieta. We might not get all three. Yes, apologies for that. If you could hear the motorbike outside, I will do my best to cut it out. As I was saying, we probably won't get all three connected in one episode, but we'll certainly be able to make a decent start. However, before we do make a start on that, we did unlock the newer trucks at the end of the episode as well, and I think it's well worth investigating those and putting them on our map and replacing the Peterbilt. So that's what we're going to do first of all. So let's bring up the UI, let's start the date, and let's jump straight onto our line manager. And in fact, no, let's go onto vehicle manager instead, and let's pop that out so we can make it a little bit bigger, or maybe not. And we want all of our trucks. So we're going to go through them because we have the commodity that they're carrying at the front of the name, if you will. It does mean they're pretty much grouped nicely, so it should make this process a little bit quicker. So for instance, we have 4 lines here. They're all different colours, and these are all taking bricks, so we can do a bulk swap out for the new Kenworths, which happen to carry bricks. And it looks like that's the default Kenworth W900 there. There's no difference in spec between the W900 and the day cab, so we'll just go for the default one there, and we'll swap all those out for 17.5 million. So next up is these coal trucks. So I think with these ones we're going to want these dump trucks, yes indeed, and this time we will go for the day cab because why not. So let's replace all of those. Next are the food delivery trucks right here, and I imagine this will be the default ones again. Oh no, we can use a cattle truck, so let's swap those out. Next it's our singular goods line in Carrollton, and that will be the default, so we'll use that. Grain I imagine is the dump truck. Let's have a look. Yes it is. Let's swap those. Iron or iron ore will be the dump truck once again, so let's swap those. Logs will be the logging truck right here, so let's use those. And machinery, let's see, I guess it's the default. Yes it is. Another logging line here. Let's use the day cab there. Plastics, I'm guessing, is the default. Yes. Food haulage, let's use default. Goods delivery, let's use default but the day cab. Steel, what would steel be? Oh, that's default as well. Stone, I guess, will be the dump truck, so we'll use that one here. Yep. And last of all, oh no, we have the West Jordan delivery lines as well, but these tools will be default, and bricks and goods are also default, so we can do those two together. And there we go. So that's all the Peterbilts now replaced with the Kenworths. And we're going to have a quick look at them because we have one right here in West Jordan, one of the delivery trucks. proper American looking truck there with the big bull nose. We have the another AMD and some more AMDs. Very nice. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's look to connect to some of these other cities nearby. I think Peoria will be first because we have some stuff going on in Peoria already and it has grown somewhat. And I'm thinking we'll have this. Yeah, we'll have this station just here. So what we'll do is we'll give it a nice straight road connection just there. Is that level? It's level enough. So that will form our station frontage. Let's get the station, and as we can see, we've now got the modern style stations available. Let's just pop one of those down, and we don't need that many tracks here. We'll just go for 2, I think. So let's pop that just there. Just remove the exchange from the station name, so it's just Peoria. And let's see how we want to connect this in. I think what we will do is where this curves off to the left, we'll put a junction maybe about here with a sharp turn that comes through here, tunnel through here, and then straight into the station at Peoria. So round about here then, sharp turn. Let's just check on the old overlap, maybe keep that level. That seems to be the best option when it comes to getting a nice overlap on your track. So yeah, it's going up a bit, but it's not a problem. And as we said, this is going to be quite a sharp turn because we want to come down this way. So at this point we can allow the game to do as it wishes with the track heights. And we are climbing quite steeply here, which is not too much of a problem, I dare say. So this is, by its very nature, going to be a little bit slower, and that's mainly because we've got this tight corner right here before we exit onto the straight just here. So we're going to have quite a long tunnel here underneath this mountainside, which is not too much of a problem. And as we emerge, we're good to go for a connection into... Oh no, we're not, because we are far, far, far too high. Okay then, so Plan B. Plan B, of course, starts off by demolishing the massive tunnel that we've just had to construct, which is no good to us because it's brought us out far too high. And let's bring this back. Let's bring it back to about there, give us plenty of space. And what we'll do instead is we'll come at it from this angle, or this direction rather, like that. There we go. So let's double it up all the way back to the station. And look at that, we actually go into the tunnel pretty promptly as we leave the station. Wasn't aware of that when I built it, but it's not the end of the world. Give ourselves a nice diamond here, like that. And then we want to signal all of this up, so we'll put a signal there. And then rather than using incorrectly the dwarf signals in this tunnel, we'll just use the standard signals throughout, just to form our blocks. And again, we're not going to go too crazy with the amount of blocks that we're putting on this line, because we're not going to have a whole host of trains running on it. So let's just do that with a signal there as well. Nice and simple. Now, what sort of reach does this have? It has some coverage, but of course we want more. So we have actually a bus station here. Now, the existing bus loop in Peoria has pretty good coverage, as we can see. So what I'm going to do here is give ourselves an extra platform like that. We may as well give it another 2 just to be symmetrical on either side. And the station link is going to go point to point. Very straightforward, very easy. Let's just see, can we bring that into there? Yeah, we can. So we'll probably need to utilize some waypoints here to make sure we're going nice and tidily around the city. So yeah, as you can see, it's wanting to turn in situ, which we really don't want to have happen. Let's pop it out onto platform 1. Let's change the colour to a dark blue so it distinguishes nicely from the others. And what we want to have happen here is for this to come around this. No, we want it to go. In fact, yeah, let's have it come in this way and instead go on to platform 4 on the opposite side. So let's give us a waypoint there. That should be enough. So after Ridge Street, come this way. There we go. That's what we want. Yep, nice loop around the city, although we're only going to 2 different stations. A new airplane, the Boeing 757. Another pacer with the looks of it there, the Bud M3A. Anyway, let's just rename this line while we're here, and this will be the Peoria Station Link. Nice and straightforward. Here's our road depot. Again, we want capacity here, so let's go for the MAN, and we'll get 4 of those. Give them high maintenance because we may as well at this point, and they are in the city, and assign them to that line. Now we can set up the line from the stations, so let's go from West Jordan to Peoria. Colour scheme, let's go yellow for this one. And there's only one way you can go, so no problems there. You've picked a dedicated platform at West Jordan, which is great. And we'll quickly rename this, and this will be West Jordan back and forth to Peoria. Peor. There we go, that'll work. And we'll use this new depot that we built in the last episode. And I think we'll just use a pacer for this one. Maybe that new one we just unlocked there, the Bud M3A. Yes. We'll go for just one unit, which is two engines for now. And we'll have 3. Maintenance, not really a problem. Colour it yellow, although I don't think anything's changed in colour. And out they come. So we can have a look at the M3A as it departs. Yep, just your standard American pace unit right there. Nothing we haven't seen before, but the detailing is nice and it looks a very smart little train indeed. So that's that. Oh, we've already got some good passenger generation at West Jordan for Carrollton, which is nice to see. And our train is on the way. This is not the named train, this is train 110. So the camping gauge must be over towards Carrollton. Is that it there? Yep. Looks very nice. I do like these new coaches, these new carriages, especially the panoramic one with the ceiling windows, the roof windows. I think it looks good in the middle as well. Yeah. Sorry, we're getting distracted there. So while we were building that then, we did unlock some more passenger planes, so we might want to take a look at those. So let's go up to Norfolk. The Norfolk to Nashville line. You're currently running the McDonnell Douglas DC 1030. Let's swap you out. So this is what you're running at the moment. 597 mile an hour. Thrust of 680 kilonewtons and a capacity of 7. So the Boeing is actually a little bit slower, as we can see, but it, in fact, well, the McDonnell Douglas is superior. Well, there's no sense changing it then. I think we'll keep it on that line. But what we might do is change it on the line here in Sioux Falls. Oh no, that's a freight line. Silly me. Was this a freight line? Yes, it was, wasn't it? I thought, we must just have the one. I thought we had two passenger airlines. Obviously not. We did recently as well unlock some different ferries, so we might want to swap these out. So at the moment you are running the Meridians. So passenger. So you do 22 miles an hour, capacity of 121. The Graf Zeppelin, same speed but more power and more capacity. Let's swap those out. And they do look a little bit more modern, don't they? The Graf Zeppelins versus the Meridians. Yep, proper little passenger ferry right there. So anyway, we're getting distracted once again. So yes, we've got our line from West Jordan to Peoria, the first train of which is about to arrive in Peoria momentarily. I think the next place we'll go to is Murrieta. Now here we will do something a little bit different insofar as we will use a terminus station because there really is nowhere else for the line to go after Murrieta. Now if we were to do it that way, I suppose we could. Yeah, let's just do that and then curve it quite sharply off to the left. Again, just remove the name there, so it's just got the town name and nothing more. And let's get this connected in. And we may as well just connect into this line somewhere around here. Let's give ourselves a nice junction here. Nice high speed junction. Or as high speed as we can. Like that. And then have this come off to do its own thing as we head towards Murrieta. And whereabouts are we? We've got plenty of room. More EMDs. Kenworth stake trucks now, and tanker trucks and tipper trucks and box trucks. Which is great because we've just spent 5 minutes upgrading them all and they may now be obsolete already. Ah well. So again, we're going pretty quickly into a tunnel here. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Now that I'm aware of it, I'm going to avoid it and artificially force a cutting like that. And now if it needs to go to a tunnel, then so be it. If we now bring that down, make sure it's connected to the correct track like that. So again, we've got a very, very long tunnel through all of this. Although we do emerge briefly there before going back into a tunnel for the final stretch, as we can see. Too much slope. I guess it says it's crossing this road is the problem. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's just temporarily delete the road. It's going to make them unhappy because it is a main connection, but it is only temporary. And you know what? I'm going to get rid of this tunnel as well. I don't mind the tunnel through the big cliff because that makes sense. But here we could do a cutting, even if we have to terraform afterwards. Which, looking at the state of that, we absolutely will. So let's do that. And where are you? There you are. That. And we'll terraform it while we're here. Not with that tool, we won't though. Just to take the edge off. I don't mind it being quite sheer. Quite like that. I didn't like the ridges it was generating at the top of the cliffs though. And there we go, that's better. Right, so this road needs reconnecting, so let's just push it back to say there, because of course we're going to put a bridge over this. So let's do that. So we'll increase the height step by 4 points. Let's go for... yeah, let's go for that bridge. To there. Revert that back to ground level. And we'll just have earthworks on approach to the bridge And now we just want to terraform the earthworks here. And in fact, while I've got the terraforming tool, we want to head over to the West Jordan to Carrollton line, because I think we had some terraforming to do along here somewhere. So let's just do that there, across there. Where was it? I'm sure there was somewhere where we said we'd have to come back. It was along here, I think. Yeah, it doesn't need much, just a quick run over like that. That's all it needs. Okay, so now we have... Did we put... Yeah, we did. Now we have a connection to Murrieta as well, and that's got quite a bit of coverage, although very little residential coverage, so we'll have to do a bus loop in Murrieta as well. Let's put ourselves our traditional diamond in there, and then do the usual signal setup along here. And again, we can keep the blocks with decent spacing, because we're not going to have a lot of trains down here. And much like the line up to Peoria, we will use pacer units. So let's just do that. Maybe put a signal there to clear the junction, and a couple here as well. If they're pace units, are going to be quite short anyway, like so. So before we set up the train line, let's get a quick bus loop up here in Murrieta. So let's have a bus stop there, that covers the station. You can come down here, and then you can just loop around the city like that. Very straightforward, very simple. New line then, so you come in this way. Nice simple 4 stops. Let's change the colour to that dark green colour. Name the line. So this is Murrieta Loop. Where is our depot? Do we have one? We have one down here. That's good enough. Let's use the MAN again, and we'll go for 4 of those. Very high maintenance. Same colour scheme as the line, and away they go. Now we can do the train line between West Jordan and Murrieta, and I think we'll keep that one that dark chocolatey brown. It's not actually a dark colour, it's quite light. Yeah, we'll keep it the light brown colour. Dedicated platform, wonderful. Coming this way, and yep, veering off into Murrieta. So let's rename this RP, and that's West Jordan, back and forth, Murrieta. Right, where's our depot? Here you are. So again, we're going to go for a pacer. What do we want to use? Maybe the metro liner this time. Yeah, and again, oh, yep, that'll do actually. One section, one, what would you call that? One, it's not all a loco, is it? One unit, which is composed of 4 subunits. You know what I mean. 3 of those again. Maintenance, no, doesn't really matter. Colour won't matter. Put them on the line. And there we go. So that's now West Jordan connected to Carrollton, to Peoria, and up to Murrieta. Have we had any? Yeah, we've got a couple of passengers at Peoria, which is good. Have you picked any up? Well, we've got a few. These are never going to make us a lot of money, but that's not the end of the world. In fact, they'll probably operate at a loss. But again, that is something I think we can live with. So you're stopping there because of that freight line. Well, why don't we do that, and then it will be the freight line that's more likely to stop. There we go. Because of course you are blocking the road because you're overhanging the level crossing, which isn't the end of the world. It's not affecting us, but it is affecting the AI, the private transport. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, that is where we'll end today's episode. now that we're connected to 2 extra cities and we've upgraded our trucks, but as I mentioned, these are probably now out of date already. In fact, let's just check, shall we? Cargo. Oh no, they're not. These actually slower and reduced capacity, so the W900s do lead the way, so good. That wasn't a wasted effort. Not that would have necessarily changed them anyway, not immediately, but it would have been a bit annoying if we spent that time upgrading our trucks only for them to be replaced, in theory, almost immediately. So, train ride today, I guess we'll go from West Jordan to... do you want to go to Murrieta? Yeah, because we've got that cliffside there. We do have a bit of a long tunnel, but so does Peoria as well, so dealer's choice really. So let's hop on board this train here. Oh, we need to pause the calendar progression. There we go. Now, because this is a relatively short journey, this time we will return back to our point of origin, which is of course West Jordan. So it will be out to Murrieta and then back. As always, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. No signals have been swallowed by the tunnel, never mind. And you will continue to enjoy these series overall. As always, a very special thank you to those of you over on Patreon who have pledged your support. It is deeply appreciated, and your generosity does not go unnoticed or unappreciated, so thank you very much indeed. For now, ladies and gentlemen, all that remains for me to say is, as always, take very good care of yourselves. It's ta-ta for now.